Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how I organize my leftover sticker kits so that they are still useful and easily accessible when I need them. So I've zoomed out as much as I can on this camera. What I'm going to show you is first how I store my kits and then what I do with them when they're done. So you cannot see, but this is a basket that has, so it's just a basket that I got at, it's a discount store, Giant Tiger if you're in Canada. Certainly you can get any kind of storage basket and it will work. In this basket I have 5 binders. The first 3 here are where I store the kits for my various planners once I've printed and cut them and know when I'm going to use them. So I have my erincondren, my Hobonichi weeks, and then my recollections planner. Yes, these two, so the erincondren and the recollection, use the same kinds of kits. I separate them by planner so that I know which week I'm using which kit when. So I'll show you these and then I'll show you the other 2 binders. So I'll take my erincondren kit as an example. What I have in here is a whole bunch of sheet protectors that have the, this says Classic Happy Planner. It's meant to say EC. So the week that I'm going to use it, so it's got right now in here I have all the weeks for April, and then I've got May as well. Labeled and ready to go. I'm not sure yet which kits I'm using for these. I moved the April month to the back of this because I'm done with it. So as I decide which kit I'm going to use which week, I print and cut that kit, and then it goes into a page protector in this binder, so that when the week comes and I'm ready to plan, all I have to do is grab the kit for that week. So I hauled these all last week, I think, so you would have seen these then, but this is how I keep them. Similarly for the Hobonichi weeks, I have like this is last week's, or the current week that we're just finishing, then we have next week, all of April, etc. in here. There is more stuff at the back of this one. I'll show you that in a moment. Okay, and then so on and so forth for the recollections planner. So that's all great for kits before I use them and sort of during the week that I'm using them. Really works well. The problem I was running into is that I don't use nearly all of the kits, it's all of the stickers in a given kit, and I needed a way to organize the leftover pieces that made sense. So not just, you know, I could just put the kit sheets in another protector, put them in a binder, and then I'd have to, it would work, but I'd have to flip through each page of them to find what I wanted. So I didn't want to have to do that. So what I've done instead is I've created 2 binders here. The one is labeled icons and boxes, and the other is washi headers and checklist. That's a little check mark. So in these binders, you will see that I have pulled out all of the different stickers from kits, and I have grouped them together in a way that makes sense for me, and that I can easily go back and find them if I need an extra box for something, if I'm planning a daily spread, and you know, just for one specific day and I want to decorate it a little bit, anything like that. So sorry, these binders, they came in a pack of 6 and I love the size of them, but 3 of them came like wonky with the rings and I can't figure out how to fix it. Incidentally, if you know a way to fix this problem with the rings not meeting, please let me know down in the comments. So what I do at the end of each week is when I know that I am done with the kit that I've been using, I take it apart and one by one I put the stickers away. So that's what I'm going to do today with you guys to show you. So I have one kit here from my erincondren binder that I used last week. And I have one in my recollections binder that it doesn't actually have very many in it because I used a lot of them, which was great. I'll pull that out. And then the other thing that I have, so what I use for the sheets, like the sticker sheets in here, is any leftover from these sheets here. So I actually have 2 envelopes or page protectors full of empty sticker sheets that I keep. So these are almost sort of half page sizes. A lot of them come from kits like this, and then these are smaller ones, and a lot of them are from like the Hobonichi kits. And the reason that I keep them separately is that I also have this little bin here, which you may have seen in a video before, where I keep like little things like this, like icons and script stickers and things like that. So if I'm buying, like if I've either bought or made an actual like sheet of these, I'll put them in here. Scripts that come out of the leftover kits do go in a binder. The only thing that doesn't right now is bullet points. So things like these all came from various kits that I pulled apart as well. And the only reason that I leave them in here is that I don't always pull these binders out when I'm planning with a kit. It's generally only if I am planning like a daily spread or whatever I'm doing with them that I would pull these out. Maybe I need an extra sticker during a spread. These ones, I pull this little bin out almost every time that I plan. So I'm going to put that aside for now. We will come back to it because there will be some in there. I just wanted to show you what I'm actually using as the sheets for this. So put that there. Oh, and then what I do with my hobo kits is a little bit different, so I will show you that afterwards. So let's put this binder away, and we will start with, I'm going to start with the icons and boxes. That is the binder that I tend to reach for more. So what I do, I pull everything out, set those aside. So I do reuse these, obviously. These are just like page flags from the dollar store, so they don't cost very much. So the first thing that I like to do is to remove the outer like the, what's that called, like the shell of the sheet essentially. And the easiest thing to do for that is just to grab a pair of tweezers, pull under so that I'm not like trying to pull things up with my nails constantly, and then carefully, most of them come up pretty easily. Some of them like to stick, in which case you just pop back down. This makes it, doing it now makes it way easier to get the individual stickers off of it as you're putting them in the binders. Okay, I'm gonna just do a quick check to make sure there's nothing left on there. And then I have just been, I just like stick them to my desk in a pile. If you saw my Instagram a few weeks ago, I had like really gotten motivated to do all of my leftover kits. And the pile of like guts of it was huge. So I am going to quickly do all of these sheets here and take off the outer bits, and I will fast forward through that and be right back. Okay, so once I've done that, I just sort of organize them a little bit into categories. It's very loosely though, because most sticker sheets have more than one thing on each sheet. So I'm just going to pull them into piles like this. These I'm going to take off. I'm not going to keep these ones because I think they've already been stuck down somewhere. So they probably aren't as sticky, and I don't need to keep every single thing. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start with boxes. So now what I'm going to do is basically go through the sheets and put them into their categories. So this one is actually, most of these are going to be in the other binder because we have full boxes, and then these I put under headers, and then these are bullet points. So I'm going to put those aside for now. These ones definitely we will work with. So I just find the page where or the pocket where I'm keeping them. I don't have the icons labeled because it's pretty self-explanatory, and I flip through these all the time, but I do have these ones labeled here. So in this one, I will just pull out the sheets. Usually at the back are the sheets that are not fully filled up yet, and then I just get going. So these are quarter boxes, then I have third boxes or ish, and then half. So what I will do is I will just, that's actually more like a little, although am I putting, this is the problem, is that like they could fit into more than one category, right? It's the same size as this, so I'm going to put it on this sheet here. Okay, and then I just continue on with all of them like this. That's tripping me up here. There's no rhyme or reason to these. They go on wherever there's room, in whatever order. I really don't worry about it too much. Sometimes they end up like super crooked on the page. I don't care about that either. Okay, and then I'll put that sheet aside because there are no more quarter boxes on it, and I'll move on to all of the other sheets. Okay, and then here I've just got an empty sheet, so I will just put that aside to use at a future time. Okay, so that's all of the quarter boxes in this batch here. So these can go back in. There are some that are probably like questionable as to which which one they should go in. Like these could potentially be third boxes. Some of these could maybe be quarter boxes, but I don't tend to, like, I try not to worry about that too much. Okay, so then before I move on, what I'm going to do is try to consolidate a couple of these sheets where I can, so that I'm not flipping through all of them each time. Oh, I left one here. Okay, I'll come back for that one. And that's inevitable. That happens pretty much every time that I leave one behind. So what I'll do here is I'm not gonna transfer like all of these onto here. Now I just know that this one will be done of boxes because these will go in like habit trackers and stuff. So just put those. I don't think I'll be able to consolidate all of that. This one I definitely can. Just stick that there for now. Okay. So let me just find space for this one. Okay. Okay, now I don't think there actually are any third boxes in here, so we will go straight to half boxes. And again, oh, I might not have an empty sheet of these. So we do. Okay. So again, I'm just gonna lather, rinse, repeat. These are half boxes, but they're to-do ones, so they'll go in a different spot. These, though, are half box sized, so they can go on here. So these can be put away as well. Okay, I don't think I have any Monday to Sunday boxes. I think I used them both, but I do have habit trackers. Let's do flags next because I have a couple sheets of them here. We can knock right off. So I do try to separate the flags a little bit. So like these two are mostly the same. Then I have longer flags here, corner flags, and then scripty ones there as well. So for these ones, I'm surprised I don't, oh here, yeah, so these are the same as the ones from this kit. So we'll add as many as we can here. So I know that this probably seems really tedious. I tend to do it while I'm listening to podcasts or like last week when I was doing a big, like the big batch of them. I did it like at night. I couldn't sleep very well last week. So instead I did this while I was watching Tiger King. So it's mindless work. I think last week too, I was a little bit overwhelmed with everything going on in the world, and having a mindless task was actually really, really helpful for me. Okay, so those can now go back in here. Let's do date dots next. This is probably my least favorite of all of the tasks to do. This and like little icons and stuff. Okay, so this is a sheet that this was the like the date dot sheet on the kit. So I didn't like rearrange them so they're vertical. I'll just work around it. Oh, I didn't do my corner flags. So let's pull out just the sheet of those. So I'm going to take off the coffee cup because I never use those, and I never ever use these trackers. So I'm going to grab those while I'm here. Okay, so that's washi, that's an icon, and then these will be bullet points. What's left in here? Oh, I do see some Build-Do boxes, so let's find those. In terms of what's left, so now I have to decide if I want to keep these little icons, and I don't always. I prefer like kiss cut ones. I don't think I'm going to this time either. So actually don't think I'm going to keep any of these. And then these, I feel like sometimes I keep and sometimes I don't again. And I'm not sure what I had done with these ones. Let's take a look. Definitely didn't put them in there. Sorry, I keep hitting my tripod. Oh, I did. Okay. I literally think I've used these stickers once. Like ever in spreads. Oh, I used to use them a little bit for my daughter's memory keeping planner, but not tons. Okay. That can go in there. Okay. Is there anything else in this binder? So we've got check boxes, bows, headers, little things, littles. Do the littles? I think the littles go in here. All right, so on this sheet, what I will probably do is just remove the glitter headers, and then I'll put the whole sheet of littles in here. So I'll come back to that in a second. And grab the other binder. Okay, this is also where I put my monthly kits, which I'll show you in a second. For now, let's get to organizing. So I'm gonna trim this because it's got little bits on it here. And then I'm probably just gonna put this sheet in here. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll actually organize it. Can I consolidate one more sheet here? Okay, and then I have one more. So let's see if we have room for it. Maybe here, if I do this and turn it, because I don't think, no. And we'll put, oops, this one here. I love that one. Okay, that's it for full boxes. Can go in there. Work, we don't have a full work box. Weekend, we do have a weekend banner. Okay. Okay, and then here we have our bow and glitter headers. Now, do I have... I have another page for dividers. Okay, so let's pull all of this out here. So we have some room here, but I think I'm going to do them all on this sheet where they will all go together. So, or was I trying to keep glitter separate from others? I might have been. Sort of. They can go here. So this is all littles now, so I'll just put that aside to put back in the other binder. And then we should have some script headers as well. Yes, which go in the next category. So we will put all of this away. Oh, I didn't flip those out, but that's all right. I think we'll put them here. There. We don't have any scalloped headers, but we do have some bow dividers. Oh, and then these blank ones can go, they can really go anywhere, but I'll just stick them on here for now. Well, forever. Okay, washi. So, probably have some space left on these. Actually, not much. I'm gonna use this one. There's not tons and tons of washi. So I do have this thicker piece, which I'll just stick here. Okay, and then I'll grab these. So I don't always keep these tiny, tiny pieces because I will never use them. Actually won't keep that size either. Into the garbage pile. And then same thing as the headers. They just get stacked. Okay, and I think that's all the washi there is. Yep. There's another empty sheet. Love it. So for these, I'm gonna just need this sheet. So what I'm gonna do is just move these over. I don't actually think I have a page for these, which makes me want to start one. So that I'll have to make a pocket for. So just put that aside. All right, so I'll put this back in here for now. And then what I'll do is, once I've transferred these over, I'll put this back in here. Check boxes. On the side, those are all bullet points. All bullet points except for one, which I forgot. Just move that to there for now. And then deco. So in here, I have any deco that came with the kits that I haven't used yet. So like this one can be moved over. And I won't keep just this little piece. So I will move this little guy over here. Super cute. But generally, like this one, I'm not going to consolidate right now. I'll just put it in there like that. And then some of them are like that as well. So I do have some half sheets of these kinds of things. This one goes with this kit here. So I'm just going to consolidate this over here. Like so. And then, and this is left over from a monthly kit. I might use some of it. I'll just consolidate this quickly so I'm not keeping a strip in here. I think this was left over from February. It's all about love. I will never use like the crystally ones. I'm not gonna keep those. I'll keep little strawberries. Maybe that's cute. Can't see myself ever using that one. And probably not any of these as well, so I'm just gonna throw that out. Okay, I think that's the only other like tiny piece, but we'll take a look as we go through it. Nope, this one, so these, whoops, see? Oh, that one I pulled up and then stuck back down. This one can go there. And honestly, I don't even know if I'll use a lot of this deco. Like in a couple months, I might just like go through it and like toss a lot of it. The only place, so I used to use it in my work planner when I kept a separate work planner. And I did like it there. And then the only other place that I used it was my daughter's memory keeping planner. And it was helpful for that. But I just don't think, like deco, yeah, deco is helpful for the memory keeper when I need to like fill in sort of empty spots. And while I'm doing more memory keeping in my erincondren, who knows, maybe I will want to use more of it. Okay. so satisfying. My daughter watched me do that one day and she was like, oh my God, can I do that? Alrighty. So I think that's all that goes in this one. So we're gonna close that up. Just put it aside for a second. Whoops. Okay, so here I'm going to grab my little container and I'm just gonna flip to my sheets of bullet points and pull these out, and then I will start to consolidate these. And yes, this is a little bit monotonous, but I cannot tell you how often I reach for these sheets to put a little bullet point somewhere in my planner. And it is so convenient having them like this on little sheets. And it really, I mean, you can see I just did like a whole row in like under a minute. It really does not take that long to do once you get in a groove, and it is so satisfying. Hexies are done. Don't think there are little push pins, but I do have hearts. I think I will need a new sheet for hearts unless I have another one in here. No. So let me grab a new sheet for hearts. And that is when I just go in here, grab one of these, and cut it in half. All right, circles and exclamation marks. Some of these are circles and some of them are ovals in these kits. And I just realized that these should be in the checkbox section in the binder. So we will grab that afterwards and put them back, or put them where they belong rather. I think we do, yes, we do have some of these. It's funny that they're not the same size, because that is, like, both of those are from Plannerology Studio kits as well. She must have changed the format because I don't think I'm missing any. Okay, and then, oh, these are like medium-sized ones. Okay, and then let me grab the binder again. Quickly. Oops, the pages are coming out as per usual. Here we go. So I think this will sound silly, but I do think that you also get in a groove with these things where you learn like where to put your fingers for like the easiest like movements, so you don't have to go so far like back and forth. So you figure out where to put the paper and then where to put your fingers. Okay, so we'll put those back in there. We'll put these back in the bullet point. Oops. Box over here. We'll put that away. I have my page of littles that I can now put in. Oh, I think they're in the other binder. Yeah. So in here. Put those in there. I have one more flag, I see. Here. Okay. One balloon. Will go in here. Okay. Oops. And then I'm just gonna add this page to here. So one thing you do have to be careful of if you're putting like another sheet in here is that these can like sort of pull up all these other ones. So I tend to just pull all the sheets out and then put them back in at the same time. What's going on here? There we go. Okay, and then this sheet I'm gonna make a pocket for, which I will do afterwards because, oh no, I do have some spare pockets. Oops. Where are my flags here? Okay, so I'll call it canceled / rescheduled. These can go in here, and then I think I'll just put them like right here. Okay, so that is everything from those kits. I said I was going to show you what I do with the monthly kits. So what I do, grab the monthly. I can just take this off. Take it out rather. Oh, I don't need that anymore. So that one. And the recreation. Might have already done that one. It's not in there. Okay, what I do with these is I first do the same thing and take off the extra. So I've got all the bits off. I'm going to consolidate some of this. These, so here's the thing. I don't take all of these things off the monthly sheets. All of these could go on the little bullet points thing. Bill do flags could go like anywhere, but the boxes can't. They'll only fit in the monthly view. So typically what I do is I just leave these the way they are. I'll consolidate where I can, and then I'll just keep the sheets. So I think like I can definitely get this down to probably 2 sheets if I move these over here. And at some point I may go through these more and organize them better, but right now I can't be bothered. So I'm just like, for sure all of these little little icons could go on the various sheets like in the binder. I'm not sure why I haven't. I've just haven't got around to it. I threw all the monthly sheets in here when I was like sorting and organizing, and I just didn't really come back to them. Okay, this will be the last one I have to move. Okay. Part of the reason that I don't want to do this, like separate them all with the current month, is that I may still want to go back and add things to the monthly view, in which case I'm going to want all of these together. And that is it for the Erin Condren and Recollections kits. I will be back in just a minute to show you what I do with my hobo kits. Okay, so Hobo kit storage. I showed you earlier, I have this binder that's just like all the others. It has the little pockets in it for the kits that I'm going to use. What I also have in here, so I have my May sheets in here as well, which are obviously empty right now. What I also have in here are the leftover Hobo kit stickers. And the reason that I wanted to keep them separate is that they're just sized so differently that there's no way that I could use, I mean, I could use these in my erincondren, but it would look rather funny. And if I'm looking for a hobo size sticker, I don't want to have to flip through all of the other binders to find them. So I decided they would just go in the back here because obviously hobo kits take up a lot less space. They're usually like 2 to 3 half pages, sometimes less. Like this one is just like, it's one full page, like 3 little pages. So take up a lot less space, and it should work. I only keep like a month and a half of kits like on the go ready printed at a time. So it's not really a big deal to have these at the back here. So the process is just exactly the same as the other one. I killed the battery, so I had to stop and change it. So the process is the same. I grab my like tweezers to take the, I was going to call it the backing, but it's actually sort of the fronting, isn't it? Anyway, this part of the sticker sheet off. Sorry about the dog barking. It's not mine. All right, and then I basically do the same thing. So I have a couple full boxes here. I haven't labeled any of these. I mean, on all of them, it's pretty evident like what they're for. Now, these ones, hobo boxes are funny because some are very clearly like half boxes, and then there's these ones that are like sort of third-ish again. But there aren't any in this kit, so that's good. So let's just move this a little bit out of the way. It's just easier to do on the desk. Those are longer. I think they're meant for the other side of the sheet. So I actually might start a new sheet for these. I'm gonna use this one. And every hobo kit is so different. I think I'm gonna put these on here as well. Like there really aren't two the same. Whereas erincondren, like it's pretty typical, the sizes that you're gonna get. And I find with these, it's like there's nothing typical about it. Okay, that is it for boxes. So I'm gonna make a pocket for that later, because this video is already 9,000 hours long. I can probably get these on here. So grab, oops, these. Excuse me, I can hear that my husband just got on a game with his friend, like on the headphones, so we may hear him. Sorry about that. Okay, then scripts. Okay, my husband's doing the whole, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? We will put that away, and then, okay, so in my hobo icons, again, I don't try to separate them like tons. Like I try, so that's all bows, that's all cleaning, shopping, etc. But there are lots of places where I just can't, like I run out of space or whatever. This is like a whole sheet of just that one, like that one kit. So I don't go crazy trying to sort it all out. Where I can, I do it. Whoops. Sorry, hit the thing again. But then I don't go crazy. Okay, washi. Might need, oh no, I've got room. And again, with the washi, like these are such specific dimensions for washi that it just, like, to put them together would just be silly. Okay, and then date covers and date dots. So, oh, I have, okay, I'll go back and get that in a second. So date dots, I didn't realize that I had a box here, or a thing here for weekly, oh, it's over here. Like Monday to Sunday box, with the full weekly boxes, so put that there. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, so that one I need to find something for. And then here's where I just put the monthly kits once I'm done with them, because again, like, they're not gonna, the boxes aren't the same dimensions. What I don't have is a sheet of deco for these. So I think this will be my deco sheet, and then these, again, never ever use them. So we'll throw those out. So this one is done. In here, and I need to make 2 extra pockets, and I've got 2 extra things here. So just call those wider boxes and deco. Okay, so deco can go here at the back, and the wider boxes I will put here. Okay, and that's it. So give me 1 sec to tidy up, and I'll show you what we are left with. Okay, so in leftover sheets, we have all of these. So, like, large ones. So I'm going to put those in here. Like so. And then these narrower ones I'll put in here. And they can be used for hobo sheets, like extra stickers, or like little icons and stuff. So those are all there. And then what we have left for garbage. Oh dear. It's all stuck to my desk. Okay, well, I'm not gonna pull it all up right now because I think I'm gonna pull the finish off the desk. But this is the pile of garbage, and that was just from 1 full erincondren kit, as well as a couple extra pages, and 1 hobo kit. So not bad that we pared it down. I mean, this all takes up space too, right? Like, it doesn't take tons, but it does take some. So, and it also, like, if you have all of this here, it prevents you from using the space in between for extra stickers from other kits, and so you can't consolidate anything with it. So that is that. I gotta stop peeling this up now before I really do pull all the finish off. I just need something somewhere to stick it for now. So we have our 2 sticker, binders with our leftover stuff. So this is by far the one that I pull from the most, because I use these icons a whole lot, as well as like functional boxes. And then these are the ones that I use less often, but still do pull from quite a bit. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and don't forget to check me out over on Instagram at @aprettyplanscape. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye, friends.